Kim Kardashian is back in the news. She has responded to everything going on with the Balenciaga scandal in exactly the way you would expect Kim Kardashian to respond to what is going on with the Balenciaga scandal. She says, we'll go through it a little bit by here at time, but basically she waited several days before identifying it.
On Instagram, she posted some pictures of her ass. Good for you for knowing your audience.
I support this, by the way.
And then the caption said, "We need light." And then all of the comments were saying, "Address the Balenciaga situation. Address it. Address it. Address it." So she was like, "Okay, I guess they didn't forget about it. I have to tweet."
Before we get started, I do love when like Instagram thoughts don't know when to not post like graphic images. They never know.
When is it socially unacceptable to post pictures of my ass on Instagram?
They're like,
it's so difficult to tell.
It's I'm trying to think of
at a funeral. I think it's the only one.
No, they do that for everything though. They're like, or it's like, my grandfather died a week ago, so I haven't been posting, and the picture they post is just like, why is this the picture that goes with that?
Just drenched in honey.
Yes. It's like they know their audience, and I appreciate the hustle. I will never tell you to not make your money, but I will say that sometimes it always comes across as, when every problem is when all you've got is a hammer, every problem is a nail, whatever. That's what it is.
It reminds me of that 13-year-old boy who is a Musical.ly star, and he made a Musical.ly video next to his grandfather's deathbed in the hospital.
Yes,
it doesn't get more egregious than that.
Or the girl who took the thought pictures in front of her husband's casket. That stuff is that is what social media has done to a generation.
And then it's you can't tell them how to grieve.
Yeah,
I can.
Look, yeah, just did.
I am that person who's I think it's stupid, but it's not my business to tell. I'm that person. But then I still have to wonder, how did we get here? I am the person who says, look, I think it's creepy and weird, but I can't know your grieving process. I don't know what you went through, but I can question whether I think it's a good idea societally.
Truly, the worst one is it's like a TikTok, and the girl's the sister that deals with mental health well, and then she's the sister that doesn't, and it's a grave.
Oh.
I think those are trolling now. There's a really funny one. It says the sister who never gets any girls, and it's this any guys, and it's this really skinny girl. And it says the sister who gets all of them, and it's just this big. It feels fake. A lot of those feel fake to me.
Yeah, a lot of TikTok is fake. We've gone on a tangent though. Let's look at her statement. I've been quiet for the past few days, not because I haven't been disgusted and outraged by the recent Balenciaga campaigns, but because I wanted an opportunity to speak to their team to understand for myself how this could have happened. As a mother of 4, I have been shaken by the disturbing images. The safety of children must be held with the highest regard, and any attempts to normalize child abuse of any kind should have no place in our society. Period. I appreciate Balenciaga's removal of the campaigns and apology. In speaking with them, I believe they understand the seriousness of the issue and will take the necessary measures for this to never happen again. As for my future with Balenciaga, I am currently reevaluating my relationship with the brand, basing it off of their willingness to accept accountability for something that should have never happened to begin with, and the actions I am expecting to see them take to protect children.
I'm picturing her literally morph into a publicist as the statement goes on. She slowly morphs into a publicist. Also, my big question is, to make sure that it never happens again, the question you should be asking is, what the hell allowed it to happen the first time?
Dude, Kim Kardashian is running for office.
Think so?
That is...
Let's go.
That statement must have taken...
Politics became pop culture.
That statement must have taken at least 4 days.
Hire me. I will be your press secretary. I will fulfill any role.
Since anyone can do that these days.
Apparently,
I've heard.
I will work for the Kardashian 2024 campaign in whatever way. If you need me to go door to door and proclaim the beauty of having a sex tape president, I will tell the public whatever you need me to hear.
I'm not defending the photographer of this campaign, but I do feel that they used him as a scapegoat, threw him under the bus so that they wouldn't have to hold the rest of this team accountable.
He says just following orders, but the question is, okay, that might be true, right? He if he's busy, if he's checking focal length and he's framing shots, is he really looking at the documents that are, what's written on a document there? That was somebody else that had to do that. That was either a production assistant, and an assistant to the photographer. There's a lot of people in that line that have a lot of things to do that get those things in. It's your art director that you should be looking at.
Yeah. So here's the statement that the photographer Gabriel Galimberti said. Following the hundreds of hate mails and messages I received as a result of the photos I took for the Balenciaga campaign, I feel compelled to make this statement. I'm not in a position to comment on Balenciaga's choices, but I must stress, yes, you are, but I must stress that I was not entitled in whatsoever manner to neither choose the products nor the models, nor the combination of the same. You were entitled to take the job or not take the job.
He could have not taken the job.
As a photographer, I was only and solely requested to lit the given scene. I think he's not good at English. Take the shots according to my signature style. As usual for a commercial shooting, the direction of the campaign and the choice of the objects displayed are not in the hands of the photographer.
Yeah.
That doesn't mean that he doesn't share blame, but they did throw him under the bus to distract. Yep. So that we wouldn't look to the real culprits.
And the documents are one thing, but it's like one thing that struck me about all the photos is the lack of any type of like the kids all look miserable, and that's a stylistic choice.
Yes.
Like that was very deliberate to me and feels more insidious. Now, is the idea here that his past work, we looked through his Instagram, he had a lot of pictures. Some of the pictures, the kids looked like they were, because he had that whole theme, right, of like kids with their toys. Toy Story.
The kids usually didn't look as dejected in those photos, but they were still awkward. It didn't look like they were comfortable. They have this photo being taken of them inside their bedroom, shared with thousands of people.
I mean, assuming, I don't know if that's a set or if that's actually in their room.
No, he goes to their homes.
He said he traveled to their homes.
But I'm astounded that they didn't go for the, we're just trying to bring awareness route. Because that's the classic.
I don't think that would have worked here, because it's like, if you were trying to bring awareness to it, why isn't it part of it? They would have had to say, it would have had to have been brought up in the actual verbal marketing.
I mean,
it can't just be in the background.
It would have been a lie, obviously. But the thing is, I mean, there's no way to make this look good.
No, their PR reps are working overtime to not make them look like the scumbags that they are right now. The other thing I want to talk about here is the difference in approaches between how Kanye West has addressed this and how Kim Kardashian has addressed this, and what feels to me like a tale of two different people at two different stages in their careers in this industry. What I get from when I read what Kanye says and or watch the videos of the interviews, he seems legitimately terrified for like the future of children, for children
and his own
children. Whereas when I see what Kim say is very much in the vein of what she has to say as a professional.
It's such a tepid response when she is enriched by this corporation. She's in partnership with them. And I mean, look at the way that people reacted when Kanye was out here posting controversial things on social media, and then all of these companies cut ties immediately.
It is extremely strange.
Like the speed with which they reacted compared to Kim resting on her laurels, just completely unbothered by all of these people being like, please make a statement on this brand. You're one of the people that models their clothing, that is in partnership with them. You are morally obligated to speak on this issue. And she just posts a picture of her ass on Instagram. It's like, I think we need to ask more of these people.
Yeah. Why are they like, why is
that you
there
feel so
such an
comfortable
outcry?
Ignoring the outcry?
Why is there such an outcry for one type of social injustice and not for another?
Here's the thing. I don't think it's ever a bad move to take your time before saying something. In a purely public relations standard, especially someone like her who is that influential.
And like there's the risk of like when you have a completely manufactured personality, like not giving a manufactured response.
I don't think it was all that calculated ahead of time though, Dane, because of the fact that she posted that gallery on Instagram that had nothing to do with it. She waited until she could gauge the response in the comments section and then respond accordingly.
Yeah.
If the comment section on that Instagram post hadn't been asking for a statement, she probably wouldn't have posted one.
I mean, it's the individual that gets that big. It's rare that you'll ever get an actual opinion from them.
I mean, I guess the other thing is like, if you're not related to Balenciaga, like, why would you speak? Like,
she is.
Like, no, but I'm saying, but like, when what Kanye mentions, he goes, it shows you that all celebrities are controlled. Like, does that really prove it? Because if you're not part of that group, why would you weigh in on it professionally? Even if you are outraged, you're throwing your hat in the ring of something. I'm just being purely from a professional standpoint. Unless you're going to make this part of your brand for celebrities, where you're like, we talk about it as outrage because we're not celebrities. We're just outraged by the act itself, what they did. But if you're a celebrity and your image is everything, I don't see, like, I can understand the logic to them of not getting involved in something that doesn't involve them. Does that make sense? Like, even if we are outraged and we think that they should speak on it, I get where professionally they wouldn't see it as advantageous, even if I don't think that's necessarily the right thing to do.
You're both right. Like, you're right in the sense that, I mean, she's tied to it, so she has to say something, and you're right in it's like, you're not entitled to my opinion. Like,
there's too much of that, I think. Nowadays, like, you're expected to have, like, we think that here because this is something we think is important and we think that people should speak out about it. But we also get annoyed when people choose to speak out on every little thing that doesn't involve them. And in this case, it's because we find this particularly abhorrent.
That entitlement to an opinion from a public figure is only in relation to the most trivial matters.
Yeah,
when it comes to something that's actually important, like child exploitation, that's when crickets.
Funny how, like, when the actual heat is on, when it actually matters, there isn't actually an opinion. But when it's just about something mean that was said on Twitter, then everyone's free to chime in.
So I just wanted to read out Kanye's statement. He said, "They tried to destroy me in the press. They tried to destroy all of my businesses at the same time, and the world saw it. And no one is saying anything. This just shows you all celebrities are controlled. You don't see no celebrities talking about the Balenciaga situation, right? So that just shows you all of these celebrities, don't let them influence you in any way because they're controlled by the people who really influence the world." So clearly, as a former collaborator of Balenciaga, he feels strongly about the need for accountability in this industry. And that's why he is being ousted.
Do you think that his religious convictions also play a role in that, considering that Hollywood is very anti-religion?
I think the logical conclusion of Satanism is attacking children, and I think that that's the ideology to which all of these so-called creatives subscribe, even though all they aim to do is destroy things. Yep. And one of them, we can't show her work or her Instagram posts or any of her tweets on here because they are so abhorrent and vile and disturbing.
What was her name again?
Her name is Lada Volkova. She is one of the main stylists for Balenciaga since 2014. I don't think she had any involvement in this recent ad campaign, but if you look into her work, you will find, search and you will find that she is into some pretty messed up themes of children, blood, cannibalism. The teddy bears also make an appearance, Satanism, all of the occult. There are other occult symbols that were in the ad campaign that we didn't even pick up on at first, but as time has went on, people have looked further into it.
How much of this is just like wannabe edgy artists?
Dude, like 90%.
Like that's something like
I'm not willing to chalk it up to something
we have to at least
that surface level. Like I think that there is a conspiracy.
I would say that like the extraordinary claims, extraordinary evidence, that's clearly evidence, but I'm just saying like I don't know if I would say like for all of them. Like maybe with her it was her.
There are useful idiots.
Yeah,
sure.
like I think there's a large percentage of them that just see themselves as edgy, edgelord artists that use this type of imagery because it's kind of like you talked about the one time when you were talking about Megan Fox and Machine Gun Kelly with their outfit for Halloween, right? The nun in the what was she wearing? Like the
Megan
blood
Fox
thing.
dressed up as a nun, and MGK dressed up as a priest.
That feels
giving
to me,
her a fake Eucharist. Like it doesn't get more like fake edgy than that.
That's what I mean.
And
yes,
what doesn't hit there is that system has already been toppled over.
There's no power in it the way that
it's been gone for decades, and the fact that you're still harping on it, kicking it when it is down, this so-called Christian patriarchy, it shows that you are so out of touch with what is actually cool and subversive, and this comes from a place of pure hatred in your heart.
I get so many like memes from people that are like still like crapping on Christianity or Catholicism, and I'm just
it
like,
just doesn't hit like it used to,
I'm
does
like,
it?
if you don't, I mean, that's fine, but I'm like, it's not, you're not sticking it to the man.
No.
Like
you're not Marilyn Manson. Get over yourself.
It's not 2000 anymore.
I wouldn't say decades, but like a decade. And
I don't know,
even
2010,
2000.
Yeah,
it would have been subversive in 2000, maybe a little bit.
Maybe.
But it's super. It's all edgelording, and that's the thing. It's that it is shocking for the sake of shock and not to send a message. And that's what's so... And even, like... Okay, so what's the message you're trying to send? You know what I'm saying? Like, what are you saying? It's nothing. It's optics. It's fireworks. And that's what's so annoying about art in general today. It's just a whole bunch of CGI, hullabaloo, and fake morals. Like,
there is a difference though between that and a prepared ad campaign in which every detail of those pictures is planned out. That's different.
But it was obviously I think it's obviously on purpose to achieve this effect and to signal to a specific block of the population. Like
I do cringe at the people who are like still think that they're sticking it to the man by.
You are a dork. Clip this.
Yeah.
Hello, Dane Font here. You are a absolute fucking dork.
Thank you for that.
Sorry, I never use them. I'm only gonna use it once.
Mary's not swearing either.
I'm trying not to. Call me out if I do.
Thanks for watching this clip, guys. If you want to see full episodes or follow us on social media, links are in the description below. Bye.
Bye.